Hey guys, we just got back from A Wrinkle in Time.
You did that.
I didn't. I didn't want to go to this film.
He made me go.
But it is.
I gave you options.
What options did you give me?
Strangers.
We can see Black Panther again.
Yeah. Well,
There's gotta be
I thought that this was a celebrated book. It's a Disney film. You got freaking Oprah in the film, and everybody's wearing wacky costumes. And so I thought this was an event film. They even made glasses for it, Joe, at the Alamo Drafthouse. So I was like, all right, well, maybe this might be good. It was a book series, all this other stuff. You've read the book,
I was
right?
required to read the book as a kid.
Required? What? How long? What? How old is this book?
Came out in the 60s. 62, I think.
I've never even heard of this thing. Have you heard of this book?
No, we went to a crappy school apparently.
This film, I don't know how the book is, but the film is bubbly nonsense. It's what I like to call gobbledygook. It's freaking gobbledygook. It is whimsical for no reason. It's ridiculous. It's corny. It's stupid. It's...
My favorite part was the Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, that I bought?
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, enjoy.
That was a good part.
So I'm a fan of like these adventure films and going on a quest and going through time and things like that. And you know, I like the stupid Windows effect, as you would call it, from Annihilation.
Oh.
You know, seeing things that I've never seen before on film. And I thought that this would maybe give me that. Yeah, everybody's wearing silly costumes. You know, Reese Witherspoon creeps me the hell out in this film.
Yeah,
Oprah did for me.
And Oprah creep you out, Josh? She just looked like Oprah to me. Yeah.
That is not what Oprah looks like.
Well,
All
I
this
mean,
crazy shit going on.
She wasn't like overacting like Reese was with tics or anything like that. She was just, you know, being her regal self kind of thing. And
she's just there for the paycheck.
Probably, because this film just, it doesn't work. And I guess maybe it's supposed to be directed at, you know, children, an audience group maybe younger than us, but I guarantee there was not a lot of kids there. And in fact, because it's an older book, I think there are fans that have grown up to older ages, and it doesn't work for the younger kids either. This film has, you know, it suffers from really poor writing, and when I call it bubbly nonsense, it's got this. Like, there's too much of this, you know, when somebody's talking to you like this, and they want to do this, and the film talks to you this way the whole time, you know, and it's like, I can get into that stuff if you're going to show me some different things I've not seen before, if you're going to have some smart writing, if you're going to get darker with it, and this film doesn't really do any of that.
Everything just happened. There was no sense where characters had to work for everything. They're like, oh, we need to do this, and so they did it.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to find this. Oh, he's right there.
They didn't earn anything.
Nothing. It just happened.
There's no the lessons in this. It was basically tropes the movie, because all these things, like you said, it just came too easy to all the characters. I don't know. Did you read the book?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you didn't read the book, but this character. So you got the girl. When she's got glasses, she doesn't tell. Of course, she's an outcast in school, and then you got the kids in high school or middle school making fun of her. And I'm like,
because her dad disappeared.
Because her dad disappeared. Do, like, people do that anymore? I mean, are there bullies in this magnitude in?
You remember what the principal said? He's like, your dad's never coming back. He's like, what kind of principal says shit?
And he's only been gone 4 years. There's still a possibility that he's gonna come. I mean,
he's dead.
Relax.
He's dead.
Okay, well, all right, fine. So, but it's just, it doesn't resonate. And then, so that's just her. And then all of a sudden, this kid comes out of nowhere. There's the male character, which is sort of a love interest or something.
But he likes her hair.
He keeps saying, I like your hair. He's like, you're so amazing. And I'm like, she hasn't really done anything. And you're pouring this.
She threw a ball at the bully's face. He's like, wow, that's a woman. That's cool.
And then she liked her hair, and he liked her hair again, and then at the end he liked her hair. It was just real weird. And he comes out of nowhere. And it's like one scene, like I was watching the film, and then he's in it. He's just in it. I'm like, was he their friend previously? No, he just shows up on the side of the street. He's like, I think I'm just supposed to be here. And I'm like, wow, I'm not joking. He literally shows up and said, I was just supposed to be here.
And
like,
that
the writer was
basically
like...
the set for the rest of the movie.
And that, yeah.
And it just
The whole
happens.
movie was like
It
that.
just
And then they just go to another planet. And
He's
then they go
supposed
to another planet. And then they fly through the air for no reason because maybe her dad's over there, but no, he's not. It's really just an excuse to go, woo! With CGI and
lettuce.
special effects and lettuce. Yeah, Reese Witherspoon turns into lettuce, I guess.
There's no
And she gets
adventure,
naked in front of
no
kids?
trials, no nothing. It was
horrible. I was like, this is Disney. I expect more from Disney. And apparently it's adapting a book that's popular, didn't you
They
say?
won a ton of awards, and there's 5 of them.
What? I do not want to see another one of it. This movie failed spectacular. I can't tell if it's probably a combination of all the things. Poor directing, poor writing. The acting actually was pretty solid from these younger kids. I mean, the whole villain of the film, man, it's hard to say. We'll say that in spoilers. But what we do want to say is what's obvious in the trailer, that the kids carry this film. The kids, it's centered around the kids, and if you have bad, terrible kid actors, then the film isn't going to work.
Yeah,
you know?
the youngest kid, I felt he was a little inconsistent, and this may be
Yeah.
directing. In the beginning, he was fine, and it was really believable, and I
Yeah.
liked him. And then towards the end of the film, I don't know if he was being directed to do that, but he got real weird, and I didn't like.
Yeah.
I mean, you looked like you were asleep, so.
I don't fall asleep. I
Question,
really
though.
don't. I
Did
don't.
they leave all the good parts out from the book?
There was a lot
I
of
like,
a lot of stuff from the book that was not in. Well, I mean, we can talk about that in the spoilers,
Okay.
but there's some stuff, and not important stuff, but like a lot of little things that just like wildly surprised me when I was watching the movie.
I don't know. I guess I got a whiff of that sort of Disney and vulnerability with them making tons of cash. The Star Wars, well, they did kind of recently stumble a little bit there, but the Marvel films are. Well, actually, Marvel's the one running the Marvel films. They're just under the Disney. So I don't know. I guess maybe I thought this Disney little invincibility, and but that clearly
You're not getting
is
a
not the
pass.
case here. Not getting a pass. That's they. Whatever they did to this book looks like this. They ran the sword through the body, and I just don't think that this franchise. I don't know if this is gonna make money at the theaters. I'm seeing mixed reviews. I peeked and looked at the mixed reviews, so I don't think we're gonna get 4 more films in this series. It's not, and so a person who likes sci-fi, you think that this film would appeal to me because you're like traveling through time, you're making wrinkles in time, but this was more like
It was like quick though. It was
Yeah.
real quick.
and the effects I thought were cool when they would physically warp the things around it, but they only showed that once, the first time it happens. Every other time they tesseract or whatever from Tesseract from
That's
Marvel,
weird.
every time they tesseract, they like just the effects are awful. It's like the most simplest wipe effect, and they go into the wipe effect, and it's just. I will say this: the locations were nice to look at. Some
They
of
were
them.
in like New Zealand.
Were they real though? Like
No,
know the
Joe, those
locals-
locations weren't real. It looks like New Zealand because New Zealand is absolutely beautiful, but that was a.
I don't think they
that
have
was
those,
an alien.
those flying flowers in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've been to New
yeah,
Zealand.
yeah, we'll have to go.
I am not. I do want to go, but that was another thing that I remember. That this film kind of reminded me of like Spy Kids, or it's like just,
Yeah.
they're just standing on a green screen. You know, did you get that
And
feeling?
then the big thumb guys that come out and like.
Yeah, well, it was weird.
Reese Witherspoon got naked in front of kids.
No, she didn't. But yeah, it was implied that
No, they
you
did.
shouldn't get naked in front.
All of the kids are like,
Yeah,
whoa,
but you
she's
never
naked."
see it in
No,
the
you
film.
don't see it, but she does.
Yeah. So that happened. Cool.
So,
and Zach
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis was doing his Zach Galifianakis
As that.
Mihail. I can't pronounce his name, but Zach was
He
doing
there
his Zach
for,
thing.
comedic purpose, which
Was he
did
in the
not
book?
Work.
He's supposed to be a woman in a turban.
Okay, well, he was not a woman in a turban. He was just doing his, like, ironic kind of, yeah, I don't really care kind of thing. So, yeah, A Wrinkle in Time. More like a pimple on a butt cheek. A wrinkle in time, more like a waste of my time. Okay, that's a better one. All right, waste of my time, because it wasn't very good. So I don't want you to waste your time. I want you to save your money.
Yeah, you want them to not
go
waste their
watch,
time, but my time. Apparently.
Go watch some. That's our job. That's how we do it here. We go and see the major ones, the ones that could be successful.
Strangers.
And I thought maybe, this one would show us something and convince us to open our minds
You
and
fell for the Disney trap.
enjoy. Yeah, well, apparently they are not invincible and they made crap, schlock. So I'm going to give, go ahead and let's give final verdicts and we'll get to the Alex zone of spoilers since he's the only one that's seen the book. But we can tell you what we saw, what we thought. So let's go, Joe.
For me, there was like I said, there's no adventure. There was like no threat. I was not entertained.
Oh, they went on an adventure, but there wasn't all the things that you
I was
want.
bored. I was having more fun eating the popcorn.
Yeah, you were chomping down. You said, I'm not hungry. And okay, so that doesn't sound too good.
Man, I'm gonna give this a 3.
Okay.
That's exactly where I'm going.
Wow.
3, yeah, because this was definitely below average.
Yeah.
It's not the worst film I've ever seen,
No.
and it's definitely not laughably bad. It's just unfortunate how bad it is, and it's like I feel like 3 is perfect for
And
that.
yeah, none of the jokes hit for me. I did not laugh.
No
at all.
jokes. The characters didn't really develop. They at the beginning they're like, "I love you, my little brother," and "Oh, I love you too, sister." And then at the end they're like, "I love you, my little brother," and "I love you too, sister."
The power of love was really important,
It's-
except for you don't know that unless you've read the book. And
Okay, and then Reese Witherspoon is being a dick to this little girl the whole time, and you're like, God, Reese,
You're
just
like,
shut the
"Shut up,
fuck
Meg."
up. Yeah, pretty much. Her name is Meg, right? Shut up, Meg. So, final verdict,
3.
Alex, 3?
3.
3 out of 10. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to find an excuse because I was thinking maybe 4, because I was thinking this is definitely a below average film.
They weren't
And
tested at all.
usually I know. This whole everything is so stupid. Everything is so stupid in this. I don't know why I was even thinking 4. It's definitely a 3, and possibly a 2 if somebody forced me to watch this again. It's as if they were making up the film as they were going along. Like if you watch this and you don't know about a book, it's as if they're making it up because they let's tesseract, and then they're in a different. It's fade to black. Wake up. Fade to black. Wake up in new locations, and then when they see something they don't know, what is that? And then Oprah goes, "That is a watamashidi." You know, and you're like, "Oh, it's a they're just making shit up, and it was so stupid. All right. 3 out of 10. Don't waste your time.
It's making you delusional.
If you want to make more fun of the film with us in the spoiler section, come on over and we'll spoil it for you because don't spend money. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next What Did You Do? Welcome to the spoilers section. Alex, if you'll take it over. Was this a faithful recreation?
No,
of the
it was
book?
really weird. So I think the little boy is supposed to be like 5 or 6, and she's supposed to be in high school. The other boy is supposed to be a couple years older than her.
Yeah.
Which is kind of important because he's like the popular jock in school, but he's years older, so
This kid didn't feel like the popular
They
jock.
just mentioned it.
They briefly mention, but they do that so many times where like I know who the characters are, and they just like mention and like they pass and they're like, okay, well I'm supposed to be here. It really was all of the misses, the older women are supposed to be in that house. And because they're summoning him there because he's so diplomatic and it's really important. They need someone like that to balance out the other two. This is from the book.
Yeah,
None of
that was in the
that.
film.
Yeah.
They mentioned it a little bit. Oh, he's diplomatic, but he never showed that.
Ever.
And they said that right when he showed up on screen. So it's like, well, can we see some of that? And we never see any of that.
No, he's supposed to be like like 9. It's like an absurd amount of kids. He's like one of like 10 or 13 kids, and so he has a really unhappy house house situation, which is why it makes sense where he's like, man, I really like your house. You guys talk to each other. My mom probably doesn't even know that I'm gone. Like that's a big part of the book.
None of
this.
So it actually betrays the character.
So it like that made some sense to me, where it's like I know what these characters are supposed to be, but I didn't.
But to this way, he just like, oh, he's a generic
guy,
heartthrob, but he's so young. How can he be a heartthrob to girls? I don't know.
Yeah, it was really weird. And the only thing that was kind of there was actually a lot cut out. So when they actually make it to the final world that begins with a C, I don't know, the evil.
Kakatumpapiki.
Yeah, the evil world, the made up thing. Like, there's a lot of interesting things that happen. They go, and one of the themes is the girl is constantly uncomfortable because she's different, right? So she's smart, but she's quirky, and everyone else she sees is like cookie cutter perfect. And so she's always down about her faults, and they mention it a couple times. But if you don't know it's important, then you're not gonna get it. Yeah. So she goes to this cookie cutter world where all the houses are the same, all the kids are the same, they bounce the ball at the same time, and anytime you see any of those kids mess up, like they're tortured afterwards. And
all
so
those kids with the balls, bounces the balls, were tortured.
The one that bounces the ball, like in the book, one kid bounces the ball and like the ball rolls away.
Yeah.
And then later on, you see him at the Central Intelligence place, and every time he's bouncing the ball, he's getting tortured because he wasn't conforming. So it's supposed to make her feel better for being unique or something.
Why is the it trying to make her feel better? The it is evil.
I don't know if it's trying to make her feel better, but it's like the book is. It's trying to show some character development.
It's just. But in this film, what you see in the trailer where and I thought, oh, that was gonna be cool. It's like the 1950s, it over like that, and meant nothing, and it was just there for window dress. It was like there for the trailer shot.
And then they went to the beach for some reason. That wasn't in the book.
And our favorite guy, Michael Piena, showed up in his silly mustache, and
he recruits.
And then he turned into a puppet and fell apart.
Which was dumb.
Just dumb.
He had a cadence that was really important in the book where he's trying to hypnotize everybody. And that's actually why he started doing multiplication tables to the 5-year-old, because the 5-year-old had been practicing the multiplication table. So he's like, 1 times 2. And so that's why he starts doing
this stuff leans so hard on the book, and it expects everybody to have read the book, and then it mimics the book, but it does it worse. And it doesn't set it up at all. And so this seems like one of those things that's kind of unfilmable.
It was kind of bad. I mean, it's a really short book too. It's like 160 pages with real big words. So I mean, it's and then even they cut out entire scenes of where
how they fucked that up.
Yeah, well, because they escape the dad. They finally get to the dad, and the little kid's been hypnotized. Which I think in the book, if I remember right, the kid voluntarily gets hypnotized so they can rescue the dad.
Yeah.
And the dad makes them escape. They're supposed to go to this separate world with these weird tentacle beasts. And
so it sounds like they did have tentacle beasts in this, which made no sense because the little kid ends up the villain. Okay, he's hypnotized, and so. It's kind of difficult to really get into that when I don't like you. Oh, I'm so smart. And he's acting like an adult, and it's just And then he's like, so she's saving him. I love you, and he's like, oh. And then he's like, no. And then he starts whipping her with tentacles, and these tentacles grab her, and then I don't know, and then grab her again, and then do nothing. The first tentacle would have came across and fucking decapitated her. But no, in this film, the tentacles just fucking touch. And that's it. Yeah. That's creepy. And that was stupid. And didn't make any damn sense. And none of the freaking film made sense. Now I'm curious if this book is even worth a damn.
It was a fine book. Okay. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, there was also really heavy.
Maybe the book just does it far superior, and your mind can fill in the blanks.
I don't know if it's far superior. I don't remember enjoying it that much. There was actually really heavy Christian.
5
theme.
more books.
There was a Christian theme to the book.
This was I was kind of surprised at the devoid of anything.
They cut all of it out. Yeah. Because in the book they mention Jesus a couple times. There's a lot of Bible verses.
That could be some controversy for some religious people.
Cut out. Yeah.
Probably why.
Because religious people are usually how could you cut out God from this film? Because I was expecting some of that. I was like, they're gonna say anything about this? No. It's almost like these magical ladies are the ones you should be praising and adoring. The witches and I hated when they came in. They're just so awkward and stupid.
Watching her run, one of them run down the hill. It was the only time I heard anyone in the theater
Mrs.
laughing.
Who?
Yeah.
When she's running down the hill in a little floofy dress, and I just hated the way she spoke. She just used lines from other people, and the way when she would talk to you, she would,
Yeah.
So we can
Creepy.
let's talk about that asshole dad.
The one that they made up that wasn't. Wait, the oldest boy's dad or their dad?
Their dad. Once he gets saved, takes
shit.
the old boy. He's like, fucking leave him.
Leave him.
Yeah, wait a
Let's
minute.
get out of here.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God,
I'm not
Joe.
gonna leave my brother.
Yeah.
He's like, no, he's been taken.
This whole
Fucking-
time she's looking for a
I'm
father.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I thought maybe it was gonna be some trick. And I thought maybe like
Yeah.
it had gotten to him,
Yeah.
and he was trying to trick the
No,
daughter.
that was him.
But no, that was him. He's just a fucking dick. And then at the end of the film, I
I
meet you
love you,
again, my
son.
wife. I love you, son. I love you,
Why the
daughter.
fuck are
What
you
are you
gonna
trying to
leave
do?
me
Fuck you.
back there?
They explained
What
it.
the fuck?
They explained it better. Like that was the scene that got cut out, right? So after he gets like teleported away, he explains, "Look, had we got to that room, we were all dead. So I have to, because at least I get to save one of you." And she's
Right,
really
but we
mad
didn't
at
know
it.
that they were
Well, we
gonna
didn't
die.
know
They
that.
could have
No, I
said,
know that.
"I am.
He looked
We
like-
are going to slaughter you." They said, "This is the darkest mind in the universe." No, it's not. They never say anything. We were gonna fucking eviscerate you. We're gonna slaughter you. We're gonna use your insides and paint the walls. You know, with your guts. Of course, it's a Disney movie, so they can't say any of
Like, we're
that.
just
Now,
gonna
if
make
they
you
would have said
jealous.
that, then I'd be like, "Yeah, let's get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here."
grab one and go. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, poorly executed, visual rubbish, nonsense, bubbly gobbledygook. Don't see it. Okay, save your money, and yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and that's it. Unless you guys have anything else, like we always do at the end, let's
I don't want to
do
talk
that
about
now.
it anymore.
I know it was. I wish we would have seen Game Night or what was the other one? Strangers 2. I didn't see the first Strangers, so I'll probably see that. But man, yeah,
Yeah, it was bad.
it was not good. All right, later, guys.